Dejounte Murray over 23.5 points. Lock and load. Play of the day? Well, we'll see on this morning board. Yesterday afternoon, we went 3-0 on the afternoon card. Anybody who left a comment, I replied to you later in the day, gave you 3 more picks. Those picks went 3-0, baby. Well, today, let's hope we can replicate that. And we're starting it off with Dejounte Murray. Let's dive right in right now. Let's go. All right, so you can see the morning board, very small. We do not have much to lean on to begin our day, unfortunately. But we do have Dejounte Murray. And now I was looking at this. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Everybody can look at this green. They see this. Looks great. But I wanted to dig into the data a little bit more this morning so we have maybe some more confidence in the pick itself. All right, so I went to our prop data sheet and I wanted to look at a few things. We've added some new tabs to this. And I was looking at Dejounte Murray. Let me go ahead and blow this up for you over live. And I've got San Antonio Spurs here. I can see his last 10 games average and each game log right here. So you know what you're looking at. 3-pointers, assists, blocks, fantasy points, his actual points, and rebounds. So here's Dejounte Murray. And I was looking at his fantasy points, and that might be one I would take later as well if the line is around like 48, which I believe it was last game before he got scratched. And if you're looking at it, so he's averaged just under 54 fantasy points per game. He's averaged 25.2 points per game. He's hit over 23.5 in 5 straight games in 6 out of the last 7 and 7 out of the last 10. And then when I started to dig into it, I was like, well, hold on. Has he been shooting more? Is somebody hurt? Rotation all jacked up? He's been shooting a lot more. My man has shot 20 plus attempts in 6 out of the last 7 games. And wow, how interesting. Directly correlates with 6 out of the last 7 games scoring more than 25 points. Once again, his over 23.5 points is looking juicy. And I wanted to know one step further. So I went to the DVP over the last 30 days. This is the other part of the equation that matters to me towards the end of the year. These are verse point guard numbers. And you go down, you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves here, and you can see they are giving 27.8 points per game up to opposing point guards, which is the second most in the NBA. That's crazy. So they are allowing 1 million points to opposing point guards, a ton of rebounds as well, assists. I mean, they're averaging 30, looks like 40 points, quick math, 41.1 points, rebounds, and assists per game and to opposing point guards. You got to think Dejounte Murray, points, rebound, assists, if it were to come up here at 41.5, so that's his average. We'll go ahead and just play his points, which he's just on fire with. And then if the fantasy points come out later around like 48 or so, I'm taking the over as well on that. All right, this next one, we're actually going to stick in the points category. Rare that we're able to get 2 picks here in the points category on an early morning board. The early morning boards are difficult. They're just a little bit harder. You know, when I make this video, I only have so many options to choose from, which is why I think it's so important that to reply to this video down below in the comment section so that 1 hour before the slate, so 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, come back, check your comment, and you will see a reply from me giving you a list of more picks. Those lists have been hitting. I believe the list total are like 7 and 2 in the afternoon. And that's because I have so many more options. Now I've been tracking these, and the ones that I've been posting here and in our Discord are 36 and 17. We went 4-1 yesterday. So we were 32 and 16 to start the day. We finished 36 and 17. So my prize picks are 36 and 17 over the last 6 days since I started these videos. And what I give away in Discord, gave away a 3-pick. I actually gave 2 full cards yesterday away in Discord. A 5-pick flex that went 4-1 and a 3-pick flex that went 3-0. Now I saw some people take the 3-pick flex and play it as a power play. You do what you want with these. I'm just trying to give away the goodies. My total player props have gone 46 and 20 over the last 7 days. So definitely heating up. 46 and 20, not too shabby. That was like plus 16 or so units for NBA as well for sports betting, player props, things like that. Whatever you want to use it for, you go ahead and use it. I list what book I put it on, FanDuel, DraftKings, or if it's PrizePicks specific, I list that as well. My units in play, everything like that. You guys can take it, do what you want with it. Now, that is all down below in the description section. Go ahead and grab that patreon.com/Sparry link. You will also get this data sheet, which you see me use from time to time for these videos. The data sheet's pretty cool. It shows like what the player, who the player is, who their opponent is, what the model says, what the prop is on their assists, and then the category. So you would read this as Devonta Graham is his prop line is 6.5 assists. Houston is the 5th worst. All right, so green is good. The 5th worst team in the NBA against point guard assists. And you can see his game log here. And you can see that 9 out of the last 10 games he had been under. And, we knew that last night. Pelicans were missing everybody, and Devonte Graham was going to be playing a lot of point guard. I don't know how he finished up, to be honest. So who knows? But you guys understand how this works. I've shown it a few times. This is in the Patreon tier 2. Terry Rozier stood out like a sore thumb. Here's why. When I went to the all data tab, I'll blow this back up for you. Terry Rozier averaging 26.2 points per game over the last 10, 25, 14, 30, 31, 29, 17, 33, 23, 25, 35. My guy has been going bonkers. In fact, today I probably will do a sports betting ladder on his points. So I'll take the over 21.5 on FanDuel Sportsbook, and then I'll do 25 plus, which he has hit in 1, 2, 3, 4 of his last 5 games. 5, 6, 7 out of his last 10. And then I'll take 30 plus, where he has scored 1, 2, 3, 4 out of his last 10. He scored that many. So you do the over 21.5, 25 plus points, 30 plus points, and you get some real good odds on those latter two. Now on prizepicks, the beauty of it is even if this game ends up being a blowout, which it certainly could against OKC, second leg of a back-to-back, if that does happen and this ends up missing, well, it's a flex play. So if this were a 2-pick flex play, you're getting half your money back here if Dejounte Murray hits. So I love that you can play these as flex plays and you don't get damaged as much. So let's try to find a third, maybe even a 4th pick here as we get going. Terry Rozier has hit this in 8 out of the last 10. Dejounte Murray over in 7 out of the last 10, 5 in a row, and 4 out of his last 5. So they're both heating up. All right, I'm going to go ahead and be honest. This last pick, I don't feel the best about. It's the second leg of a back-to-back here. I believe the 3rd game in 4 nights. Let me go ahead and just check on that real quick. No, it's not. It's just the second leg of a back-to-back. In fact, well, he did play 38 minutes last night. I will say that too. So there could be some issues with heavy minutes and then second leg of a back-to-back here. However, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been absolutely bonkers, turning into one of the best scoring guards in the NBA. Going into last night, he had scored 29 plus points in 10 out of 12 games. You could go ahead and rack that up to 11 out of 13 as he went out there and scored 31 against Memphis last night. He has also scored 30 plus now in 7 of the last 9 games. 7 of the last 9 games. The problem here for me is I have a lot of recency bias. We have ridden SGA for probably the last week for points. It was at like 22.5, 5 or 6 games ago, 25.5, 2 nights ago when I suggested it. Yesterday, I posted in the replies in the comment section to anybody who had left the comment on the video, and I said SGA is probably he's the more volatile pick at 27.5, and he's the extra if you wanted a larger pick card. You were playing a larger flex play. But what did he do? He went out there and hit it again. But now I'm seeing this over 28.5, and I'm like, yikes! Like, man, that is starting to get up there. So it makes me not as confident, not as comfortable playing it. The other picks, and I'll show you what they look like. You can see right here, my friends. So I replied back to everybody yesterday, and I gave them 3 extra picks. I said Tyrese Halliburton over 17.5, Jalen Green over 15.5. Gave my reasoning. Said SGA would be the other pick if you needed one. And shoot, I mean, just didn't work. I just don't feel as confident. And I don't know why I shouldn't feel confident. It's not like Charlotte's been crazy good defending opposing point guards, but I just don't feel as confident today. If you need a 3rd pick to this, it's SGA, and it's mostly just because I continue to see this rise. So pass. For me, though, if you're going flex play, sure, go ahead. You could probably toss it in there and not be too concerned. You're going power play, but then, yeah, you might just want to go with Rozier and Murray. That's up to you. I'll leave it up to you guys. You do what you want with this information. Best of luck today. Hey, down below in the description section, grab that Patreon link. I hope you join up. We actually hired somebody for college basketball. We hired somebody for PrizePicks Full. So they'll be doing like LOL, esports, COD, whatever all the esports stuff is up there. NHL has PrizePicks, NBA, other sports are in there, NASCAR, PGA. We're covering all sorts of sports now as I'm hiring more and more people because more and more people keep joining up. 1,500 people in Discord. I hope you join us, patreon.com/Sparry. At the very least, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos or streams. And then down below in the description, the comment section, leave a comment. Remember, I'm going to reply back to you 1 hour before lock with an extra 2 or 3 free picks. Those continue to hit and hit well, high accuracy, because I have a full board of options and I'm able to make a few more better picks, more optimal picks. Wish you the best of luck today, no matter what. And thank you for checking me out today. I'll see you on the inside, my friends.